Good evening, football fans. You're live with Third Down with Morgan Holder.
And I am the one that is the most disappointed holder with Super Bowl 60. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Why are you disappointed? Neither one of our teams was in it. I didn't. I mean,
Am I disappointed?
yeah.
Well, I was hoping for like a 30.
3 points wasn't something I was not expecting.
I like a good defensive game, you know.
It started out well. I mean, for the most part, it was defensive for a little bit, and then it got sloppy. But let's go ahead and get the shout outs. I'm gonna give my shout outs to the man, the myth, the legend, Dan Patrick.
The 80s.
Absolutely.
I'll give you a little love. I do like Dan Patrick, and I like Scott Van Pelt.
Yeah, Scott Van Pelt's good. I mean, Dan Patrick got, he has his own broadcasting school, so he has to be the best. You don't see Pat McAfee doing that.
And that is who my shout goes out to with him and his co-host. Now, I'm not much with watching AJ Hawk smoke cigars the whole show, but
hey, maybe we
pretty
should,
good show.
Maybe we should next year. Maybe we should just be on live and just smoke cigars.
I'm not a smoker.
So, Older, what is on agenda today besides the aftermath of their Super Bowl?
Well, you know what, Morgan, I'm glad you brought that up because six in season and the 2026 beginning season is coming soon.
Oh, absolutely.
But I think we should take a dive. So now I took some notes. I watched the game, so
yeah, I didn't take no notes. I watched the game though, but I didn't take no notes.
I wanted to get your opinion, your overall opinion first of the game.
I have to give the game. Well, okay, so you want the team or you want like the overall of both teams?
Overall, because we're gonna dive into both teams.
As much as I hate to do it, I mean it was a good game. It was something I wasn't expecting. Wouldn't have thought do that well on the greatest, on the stage, because I told you Kenneth Walker, he gets injured a lot, right? He stays injured. He's never healthy as much, and I thought it would come down to get 100 and 150.
Somewhere around there. He was, they say next man up, right?
Oh, absolutely. And here's the thing, because they worked on this too. He said that his was unstoppable.
Clearly, he was the best player on other than Gonzalez. Had New England won, do you think Gonzalez would have been the MVP?
Oh, absolutely. Hands down. Gonzalez had a hell of a game. I have to give his effort an A+. Even though New England did not win, Christian Gonzalez is somebody who I want to see get a ring before they retire. Even though he's in his early 20s, he hasn't been in the league that long. I think he's a phenomenal player. Great heights. I mean, a lot of potential for him. I like to see what he's going to do in the future.
In the long run, do you think he ends his career with New England, or he moves on?
You know, that's what we was just talking about. I think he's gonna. I want to say he's gonna stay, but in reality, we know money talks, right? Is he one of those guys that takes the money? Probably not, but he is one of those guys who wants to be on a championship team, right? I would say he's gonna walk.
You think they would franchise tag him?
Oh, absolutely. If he refuses to sign a deal, absolutely, they're going to franchise tag him. I don't see them not doing it because I mean, who wants to see their franchise defensive player walk? That's like saying that's like having Ray Lewis play for Baltimore, and he's like, "Hey, I'm about to walk. I don't want to play with you guys anymore." Oh, we're not.
Yeah, yeah. It was. I mean, my take on the game. Were you done? Before I get into my take on the game.
Well, before you get a take, Alexander is sitting right here. He's sitting right here next to me. He's ready to jump in. Any comments that you have for him? But go ahead and take it away.
I don't have anything for him yet. I've got something lined up for him, but like I said, I took down some notes, and I'm going to jump into the beginning of the game. Can we start at the beginning?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you don't start at the beginning, then there's no point in talking about it, right?
In past Super Bowl, and I'm sure you've watched quite a few of those. I think the NFL is moving away from traditional. Okay, so player introductions. Did they normally run out on the field?
I thought they did. I thought they did.
No, they introduced the player, and then they run out on the field. This was done with the digital thing. Hi, I'm such and such, Cal State or whatever. That's how they did that. They didn't announce them.
Oh.
Yeah, they didn't announce them in Super Bowls prior to this one. They did. Right? So I think I don't know. Do you think they're trying to save money or what?
It is, but you got to think technology is coming up a lot, right? We have AI, we have different technology now, you know. So I think they're trying to save. I'm not going to say save money, but I think they're trying to cut back on that and just do. Be honest here. Would you rather see them announce the players, or would you rather have the players announce yourself on the screen before the game starts?
I would rather see them be announced and they run out. Now, that doesn't take up a lot of time, maybe because they were having a long halftime show. They probably dimed it down.
Usually it's longer than that.
So I don't like the take had a hell of a season. This game also, Morgan, that kind of baffled me. I mean, I knew the officiating would have some kind of role in this to where some calls would be made that were unnecessary or some calls wouldn't be made. And And you know, and that wasn't the only big foul that Job had the rest of the day, because he had a taunting also.
Oh, absolutely, it had taunting. So, but hear me out. And that wasn't the only penalty that should have been called. I want to say Cooper Kupp, when he was going in, and the guy, for the love of me, I hate when defensive backs does this, because you don't put your back toward the ball. You play the ball. You don't you don't play your back toward the ball, right? I hate that shit. Anyways, I want to say before Christian Gonzalez did the breakup, there was supposed to be a pass interference, and I know everybody's seen it. He hit Kupp's.
He wasn't playing the ball.
He was playing Cooper Kupp, and it should have been a flag. And he did that twice. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the refs was missing. Again, they was letting them play. I get what if a fight broke out because of those.
Clearly. If the and trying to track the ball, then okay. So that's telling you he's playing the ball. But if he totally has his back to the ball, and his head is not turned around, come on.
And here's the thing: he could have intercepted the ball twice. It's all the time. Never played the back toward the ball.
A lot of these quarterbacks, we're not professional, but
if you get beat, you get beat. But
technique is bad too.
Coaching who doesn't fix that, then you ain't gonna know what's wrong or how you fix it. It starts in little league football, not just college or high school. It starts in little league football as well.
Absolutely, yeah. That's football 101 for defense, right?
Oh, absolutely, hands down. You playing a quarterback, right? That's like looking one way and you just take off running, right? You gotta look both ways to make sure. I love Lamar Jackson, but this guy does not look down, feel like he's supposed to.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So back to the Super Bowl, though. What else besides the flags? What else did you see that could have been changed
about this? But I'm one of those guys that you always mention Vegas, right?
Absolutely.
You mentioned Vegas, and I believe I used to be a non-believer in these games being scripted.
I know what you're going with it, and let me tell you, on prove it. I wish who got the first touchdown.
Exactly, and I also mentioned who was going to win the coin toss.
You did, and you said they're going to defer. You text me that the same day. So yes, go ahead with. I know what you're going to say, but go ahead, go with it.
And that's just where I am, because now you think about a lot of these games that you've seen this season, where you felt like that was playing, right?
Oh, absolutely. There was multiple games like
these are pro players. There's no way they can make idiotic, stupid mistakes that bad. When they can either they
miss so many tackles, they didn't. It wasn't wrapping up. It was like they was just trying to close the line. That was it.
Tell me about the offensive line.
Oh my God, that line was so terrible. I don't know how Drake May got up without getting concussion. What he was sacked? What? I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, that's the first time we've seen Drake May get hit so many times in one game.
Yeah, his line was in his lap most of the game.
And tell me that guy, you seen that guy get pushed with one arm. With one, it wasn't Max Crosby. I mean, the guy just it's unbelievable.
So, with that being said, Morgan, you and I both were very hopeful for the New England Patriots, weren't we?
I was. I think that hope went down. I think Seattle opened up a can of worms. I think they showed people how to beat New England, and that's put pressure. If you think about it, New England had 8 guys in the box, right? They was blitzing most of the time. I think now, and if New England don't fix that, now that's showing teams, hey, this is how you beat New England, because it was. I thought Diggs was going to have a big game. He only got looked twice.
The players are coaching, or do we blame this loss on weakness of regular season schedule?
I'm going to say all in between. And the reason why I say all between, I don't think the coaches got the players ready like they're supposed to. I don't think the players got. I don't think that when you get pushed back into your quarterback's lap multiple times, that means you're not taking it serious. You're making so much money. You should stop these guys. And I get it. DeMarcus Lawrence is a big guy. I get that. Set in. You as a coach wasn't ready either.
Well, yeah, you have to make adjustments, but
and they didn't do that at all.
That being said, do we think New England kind of took the back door into the Super Bowl because of their schedule?
I'm glad you said that, because I got the schedule pulled up right here. Now, first game they lost, and it was against the Raiders. That right there should have been a mistake, number one. And yes, I know the Raiders have Max Crosby, but Geno Smith was the quarterback. We both know Geno Smith is terrible. He's trash. He shouldn't be a star. 20-13. And when you look at it, Drake May got sacked 4 times, threw an interception. It was terrible for him, right? It was like a Super Bowl game coming back to haunt him. And then they played against the Dolphins. We know Dolphins is a conference game. We got that. But the Steelers, Steelers, by the way, was in the playoffs. So there was a team like Seattle. Those played a lot of teams.
Yeah, that's yeah, you're right about that.
I mean, I don't know where to start with. I think the NFL as a whole, I think they should make everything 50-50. If you're going to play 2 teams that's terrible, you're going to have to play 2 teams that's good, and you can't have in between, right? So if you started off with the Raiders, game one.
So you don't feel like being in the spotlight that they were, the stage that they were on, they didn't make adjustments at that time.
They had, I think halftime was what, 12-0, something like it was. Okay, Alexander said it was 9-0. My fault. It was it was interesting first half. When Walker was running over you at that halftime, you should talk to your players. Move them guys in the box, right? Maybe bring in Christian Gonzalez to show a blitz to make them go past, right? Then when you look,
they were playing. They did have a lot of guys in the box at one point in the game, but it was still ineffective.
So Alexander just looked at the score. It was 9-0 at halftime. I feel like they did, but I don't think. And hear me out. They didn't do a good job of containing the edge. See, that was line was just blocking really well. I don't know. But Walker, and don't get me wrong, he was going through the middle, the middle as well, but the inside as well, like no problem. But that's when the tackling.
Well, he was bouncing outside. The run was intentionally made to go into the teeth of the defense, but when he bounced outside, that tells you that guys aren't staying in their gaps.
Oh, absolutely, and that's and hear me out.
They don't have to contain.
Because I don't think New England called a lot of timeouts either. They should have called timeout from the beginning, maybe second quarter, to the end of the game. You got to call timeouts. You got to use those timeouts. You got 3 timeouts each half for a reason. Use them, and he did not do that.
It's also, they may have underestimated Walker's speed.
Absolutely. I mean, I knew he was fast. I was just saying that he gets hurt a lot. But
he's agile. I mean,
and he's strong.
He's strong. But he's just that's the kind of guy that could play with the kid in Detroit.
Gibbs.
Right?
Gibbs.
Yeah. And that's how it was with him and Charbonnet, right?
Oh, absolutely. But he didn't. He Charbonnet that game. And let me tell you this. Walker was playing with a man that shows up for his game, but he
deserved that MVP. He really did.
Oh, absolutely. It was him or the kicker.
Oh, the kicker was the punter.
Man,
the punter was good too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hey, that punter was getting those balls like he was supposed to. But let me ask you this question, Oder. Where do you think New England needs to go from here?
Oh man, I think they just need to focus, man, on what their jobs are. Because I can't really blame a lot of the defense, but the offense.
Well, the defense was keeping them in for the most part, but again, and then goes back, if your offense can't score, then what's the point of us playing? This healthy.
Exactly. You can't. I mean, if they're creating three and out, or playing good defense, and the offense can't play off of that and get some points. And don't get me wrong, they had some pretty decent field position.
Oh, The whole game they had, I want to say 90% of the time they had a good field position. I mean, again, it comes down to who wants it more. That's what I'm going to say. Who wants it more? And obviously, it wasn't New England.
So, and I've got some more notes, but what I want to know. Okay, so you have a son, a young son.
I do.
And he has a, would you say he has an in-depth knowledge of the game or general knowledge?
I would say he has general knowledge. I mean, he might be advanced when it comes to general knowledge for his age, but I would say general knowledge.
Okay.
Game.
So
he is.
I want to ask him, and you can chime in on this too. What was his overall take on what he saw, knowing that he plays the game himself? Now he plays defense, correct?
He does. He plays defensive end.
His defensive overall projection was of the game, and where was the game poorly played?
He's going to be biased. He's going to be biased because he wanted Seattle to win. But you can ask him.
Bring it to the mic. I want to know.
All right, he's right here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You got to speak up louder than that. Talking all soft.
Come on, Alexander, give me something.
Hello?
Okay. So you do play football, am I correct? Okay. And do you play with passion or are you just out there? Just running around?
I play with passion.
Play with passion. So you're always trying to beat the man in front of you, am I correct?
Yep.
Okay. So the game, what was it that was disappointing? Even though you were rooting for Seattle, and so was I. Your dad, I don't know what was wrong with him. What disappointed you?
Like how the game went. Like I was expecting to be more touchdowns and stuff.
Absolutely, and I too. I knew it was going to be a defensive game, but I thought for sure the score would be high. Now the score was higher on the Seattle side, but I thought it would be a tighter game than what was played.
Mine was blocking good.
Terrible. I mean, I can't even explain it. I can't. About Seattle that you liked before the Super Bowl?
Like their defense was playing more aggressive and stuff.
Absolutely. Now you're an ex-Kansas City Chiefs fan, am I correct?
No.
What? Yeah, you was. You was a Chiefs fan. What are you gonna lie for? You want to lie? You was a Kansas a Chiefs fan. So you're trying to say you are a Chiefs fan. So you're not a Chiefs fan.
I don't know what happened to him. A lot of injuries and stuff, and Patrick Mahomes got hurt, and then
So you're saying the Chiefs suffered injuries?
he's really on the offense and like them hospital balls.
So you think now, of course, you're done with the Chiefs, but do you think took something away from that offense?
Yeah, cause these really have the reason why we've been losing, cause them drops and then they just turn to picks.
Okay. Now, are you a Swiftie? Are you a Taylor Swift fan?
Nope.
You do know who Taylor Swift is, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that should be a part of the game?
No.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I got one more question for you. Now, how long have you been watching NFL football?
I say 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years. Okay, so a lot has happened in that 3 or 4 years. And I want your dad to chime in on this question too, because this is actually my question of the week. Do you think the NFL, it's changing? Is it good or is it bad?
I'm gonna let Alexander answer that question first.
Good or bad?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's been getting. Oh, I feel like it's been getting bad because like I hate how them hits. Like it was a great hit.
Absolutely. And that's a very strong observation because strong hits out there and they throw penalties on them.
Oh, absolutely. And I have to agree with him. I have to say, yeah, it's getting bad. I mean, even if you shoulder tackle somebody, they're going to call it helmet to helmet. And it's not helmet to helmet. It's a shoulder pad that actually hit their head. You can't stop that.
Well, the problem with that, Morgan, is, and I'm going to let you finish, even when they review the play in slow motion, you can still see that it was a shoulder pad that hit.
Oh, absolutely. And I think in this age and era, I think Ray Lewis retired at a good spot, because if he didn't, he would be getting penalized for the hits he does, right? Ed Reed, Sean Taylor, Michael Strahan.
Oh,
those guys would have been getting penalized for all the hits because those guys.
Yeah, it's do you guys think that it will be flag football within the next 15 years?
I'm going to say two-hand touch in the next 10.
Yeah, I do agree.
And I'll tell you what, when that happens, I'm done with football. I'll go back to basketball.
I'll probably watch college football. Probably going to keep it tackle because they haven't changed the kick.
Well, and that's what see. So for Alexander, he's been watching for 3 or 4 years. So in 3 or 4 years,
signed up to play football. You didn't sign up to
physical game.
Exactly. You signed up to play football. It's not like you're signed up to do salsa dancing or up to play tackle football. Play the game like you're supposed to.
Oh yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, that's what they're signing up for, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, shoot. Let me tell you what. if I had a chance to sign a contract for a year and get $50 million,
saying whatever the rules are, you're going to get the most out of.
if you save your money and don't spend it, you're going to be financially good. You don't got her and save her. So most of these guys coming in the league, what, 21, 22? You can retire at the age of 25, 26 and have more money than what you can imagine. But save it wisely. Don't go out there and buy no fast.
You know, Alexander can chime in if he wants. So do you think if you're trying to protect the players, now wouldn't an NFL career, if you started it for 4 or 5 years?
Absolutely. Because
per player.
Because most running backs now only play 6-7 years.
So now you protect their brain, right? Because they're not playing 9, 10, 11, 12 years.
Absolutely.
Being hit. So should be.
It trims it down. I'm going to say cut out. It trims it down, right? CT gets trimmed down. But he also, you're trimming that player's health and life. You're fixating on them. Okay, hey, when you're age 30, whatever, right? Now when you retire, you have, millions of dollars. And there's things you can become. You can become a coach, a sports doctor, an analyst. You have all these opportunities out there, but if you don't take concussion or caution, then you would have concussions. You would have brain damage. You would have all these things, and you can't see your kids grow up. You can't see, your grandkids. You can't see that because you didn't take caution.
So you and I agree, but what does young Alexander think? So if Alexander plays ball, he goes through high school, he goes to college, and he gets to the pros. What Alexander wants to be?
That's his opinion. Alexander, what would you do? So it's in between. I'll be okay with that.
Seven years, yeah, 7 years. Man of the year. You racked up some of those, awards.
And not to mention,
would that be good enough for you?
Well, and here,
in a 5 year.
I would say yes, because playing defense, you're going to accumulate a lot of tackles throughout the year. So,
yeah.
So absolutely, I think hands down, I think stat wise and accumulations of being that, I think you would be a Hall of Famer. Would you be?
Yeah, I mean the accolades are great, but you have to think about your future, right?
Absolutely.
So you made enough to take care of your family, right? You like you said, you want to see your kids and your grandkids and all this sort of stuff grow up,
And again,
right? You want to play with your kids.
absolutely. And again, it goes back to if you play 5 years in the league, you have ability to be a coach. Look at Teddy Bridgewater; he was a high school coach, right? Or even the NFL level, right? So you can make money still by coaching.
You can, you're still broadcasting. Father of an athlete, of a young athlete, would you encourage him to play shorter?
I would.
Or,
And this is why, because he's been playing football since he was 9 or 8. I'm sorry, since he's 8. He's 11. So when he graduates high school, he'd be 17, 18, right? When you go to college and you graduate college, you'd be 21, 22. When you go to the NFL, you'd be about 20, over a decade almost. You need to slow down and let your brain develop from getting without being hit.
True.
I mean, it don't have to be 5 years. You know what? He can sign his 4-year contract for the company to go be an analyst or be a coach.
So that would
absolutely. Look, I don't want, and I might be biased, but I don't want my son to come out here and have CTE, right? I don't want him to come out here or be brain dead because he took a hard hit or he gave a hard hit, right? I don't want that. What I want is him to have a prosperous life, long life, to see his grandkids and maybe his great grandkids, down the road. I don't want him to be in a situation where now he has to be cared for because he got hit or he took so many hits, right? And I think trimming down 5 years, I think that eliminates that.
You're right. I mean, that's true. I mean, and I know he loves the game, but what is Alexander? What is it that you love about playing football?
He just walked back in. What do you love about playing football?
I just love playing with my brothers and stuff. I love winning games. Even if we lose, I can still hype the team up because we can always win the next game.
So, do you love
the competition? Yeah, the competition.
What was that?
Speak a little bit louder.
The competition.
Competition?
Yeah.
Don't be embarrassed.
Okay. No. Just say what's on your mind. I mean, your dad has said things that offend. Okay, and he thinks nothing about it.
That is true.
Me, I'm compassionate towards other fans for other teams, but your dad doesn't seem to care. Now, Alexander,
not really.
Why would you ask that question? Why would you ask that question?
Well, I have to know because I know what runs through your blood.
First of all,
but I want to know.
I have never been a Cowboys fan. I've never been a Cowboys fan. I got a question for you though, Holder. While I'm thinking about it and why I got you right here talking smack about the Cowboys all day and how bad they suck. But I want to give you some quarterbacks. I don't want you to rank them from worse. And I'm not going to say bust because all these quarterbacks are bust. Jay J.P. Lossman, J.P. Lossman. He played with the Buffalo Bills from 2004 to 2008. Where would you rank him? Would you rank
from what, 1 to 10?
Yeah, absolutely, 1 to 10.
The guy, he didn't do anything that, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
I just think he was overrated.
Okay. So I'm gonna tell you, could if I had a chance, I'll put him at number 12 for being the worst quarterback, because this guy's on this list who I will put above him for being even worse, right? Like Jamarcus Russell.
Well, I mean, that makes a difference.
Okay.
I can say, well, I can put him dead last, but maybe I can't make the full analysis.
I'm gonna give you. I will give you 10 of them. 10 of them. Okay, JP. Josh Rosen, Blaine Gabbert, David Carr, Nathan Peterman, Ryan Leaf, and I'm sorry, I said 10-9, and Jamarcus Russell.
So you said David Carr, right?
Absolutely. David Carr, he was good in college and Texans. They was just getting back in the league. So I can't blame David Carr for being terrible. I would put him at number 10, right? He, again.
Really?
Yeah.
I would. David Carr. Yeah, okay, so from the bottom of number 2.
I put him at number 1 because he's the worst of the worst. So I had him at number 1.
So you're rating for the worst is number 1.
Absolutely. That's why I said I can't do the best. So how do you?
Okay, so I was thinking number 1 out of all those guys, number 1 would be the better quarterback of those.
No, hell no. Because these guys sucked, right? So Jamarcus Russell will be number 1 for me.
Yeah, him and Ryan Leaf would be number 2, I guess.
I was thinking Ryan Leaf number 3, and I had Christian.
Now, you were generous with the Houston Texans thing, and with Couch, I mean, he was with the mighty Browns.
And here's the thing about Couch. Couch, he shouldn't be on that list because excellent, absolutely not. But he's the better quarterback out of this bunch, you know. But yeah, I have to agree with you. He did play for the Browns. He had a hell of a college career at Kentucky. I think.
Yeah, now,
go ahead.
Jamarcus Russell had talent around him.
He was one of those guys who didn't
he just enjoyed his money. He liked it.
Yeah, didn't care. I don't think he showed up for film. He didn't show up for practice like he's supposed to. He's one of those guys who he wanted the fame, but nothing came with it.
His head was swollen. He thought it was bigger than, he didn't have to do all those things.
I feel like I feel like.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. He was. It was just unfortunate that Couch was in the position that he was in.
Oh, absolutely.
Ryan Leaf just didn't have the right mindset,
and he had a talent around him too.
He couldn't. You know how they say they tell quarterbacks to get amnesia, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Put it behind you, play the next play. say he wasn't good at that.
No, no. But here's he had a good team. The Chargers then was good. What, 2 years before Philip Rivers? Something like that, maybe 2 or 3?
2 or 3 years.
So, I mean, it's a mind blown because Philip Rivers
he had wideouts. He had Tomlinson.
He had,
right?
Yeah, absolutely. He had the defense was good.
He had Gates.
Gates
He had a good defense.
Sean Marion, I think, was on the defensive side.
Marion was on the defensive side. Absolutely.
I just think the Chargers took a gamble on him. And again, if you put Tim Couch in that same position with the Chargers, I think he would have been successful. David Carr.
And that's the thing. It was Leaf and Roethlisberger.
And I'm glad that you guys didn't take Ryan Leaf.
Oh, so am I. But so who falls in the middle then of that list? Who do you think falls 5th and 6th?
I would say Tim Couch. I'll give Tim Couch number 5. Actually, no. I'll tell you what. No, because Tim Couch is pretty good. I'll have to go with Blaine Gabbert at number 5. Blaine Gabbert, who played for Jacksonville, wasn't that great. And don't get me wrong, he had guys because a couple years later, Trevor Lawrence came and he went to the playoffs with that same team. Blaine Gabbert, number 5. And number 6, I'll have to follow up with Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen played 1 year at Arizona and didn't do squat. And he had a good team in Arizona, I thought, with Larry Fitzgerald and Anquan Bolden. I don't know what happened.
Well, it wasn't just Rosen. It was also, what's that other, his name started with an L. Oh, gosh, I can't think of his name. Matt Leinart.
Oh, Matt Leinart. Yeah, because I forgot him because he came from the Jets.
Yeah, he was with the Cardinals. They still had a pretty good, roster.
Those two guys, yeah, I'll have to say those two. I forgot about Matt Leinart. I might as well put them on the list. I'll put those guys at 5 and 6. Or 6 and 7. I'm sorry, 6 and 7. To be honest, I would really. Nathan Peterman played with Buffalo, and granted he couldn't set up because you got to think you had Josh Allen. He was going to beat Josh Allen out.
Yeah. I mean,
so
when you
go ahead.
When you think about it, I mean, the opportunity was there for these guys.
Oh, absolutely. Some of them had better some of them had better opportunities than others, and some had great talent where Tim Couch didn't have no great talent, or David Carr didn't have great talent. I don't get it.
Well, like you said, I mean, some guys catch on faster, but like you always say, college is a big leap.
It is
right?
It is a big leap. It is a big leap. Most of the guys they had it or they don't have it, and I feel like Tim Couch and David Carr is those two guys that had it, but was with the wrong organization. I think if they was with a better organization than the Browns or Houston Texans at that time, I think they would have been phenomenal.
Oh yeah, and did you even put what's his face on that list? The guy that came from the Aggies.
Oh, Menzel. I did not.
Party animal.
You talking Menzel?
Yeah, Johnny Man.
I did not, because I feel like Menzel was way too good of on that list. And the reason why I say that is because Menzel did have a couple good years with the Browns. The Browns didn't. The only thing they learned was how to draft a good quarterback or how to get a good team, but lose. That's the only thing the Browns are good for. When you go to the Browns, you know your career is dead.
for 2 years on paper, they look very strong on paper.
Coaching.
Absolutely.
Coaching.
Absolutely.
But
have that kind of talent.
But when you play in the AFC North, you have the Bengals, really, their Pittsburgh and Baltimore has always been the top two teams, no matter what. For the last 17, 18 years, it's been Baltimore, Pittsburgh, right? I mean, Cincinnati was there a couple of years ago, but prior to that, it was always been Denver or Baltimore, Pittsburgh. When you think about Cincinnati and Cleveland, they had to scratch and crawl their way up. Cleveland should have been on top of that list, a few years ago, but they did not, and they had a good, like you said, they had a good squad on paper.
So, do you think? Now, let's put Cleveland in another division. Let's put Cleveland in a weak division.
I would say put Cleveland in the AFC.
Where would they stand?
I would say if you put them in an AFC East over New England Bills, I would give them a number 2. I think they will be above New England, but they would not be at Buffalo Bills.
Okay, so they'd be above New England and Miami.
Absolutely, and the Jets.
And the Jets.
Now, if you put them in, maybe say they.
Now, if you put, but what I'm saying is, you put them in that division, you have to take one of the other teams out.
I'll take away New England.
Jets in the AFC North.
I absolutely put the Jets, either them or Miami. You got to put one of those. I would say the Jets. Put the Jets in the AFC because the Jets is a terrible team. They always will be, no matter what. But if you take Jets away and put them in the North, or you could take away the Browns from the AFC North and put them in the NFC East and move the Giants to the NFC North or AFC North. And again, the Browns will be over the Dallas Cowboys.
You think? Really?
Absolutely. The Cowboys suck ass.
Now, I didn't hear when Alexander talked to the Cowboys. I know how you feel.
Alexander, how do you feel about the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Come over here and talk about the Cowboys. Come out here. Tell us how you feel about these Cowboys.
So I feel like Cowboys fans.
You gotta speak up louder, buddy.
I said I feel like the Cowboys going to start off good, but at the end of the season they're going to start dropping down and stuff.
Go to bed. Go to bed. You are done. Your nighttime is over. Go to bed. Good night. What he was being nice. He was being nice. What he meant to say, the Cowboys suck ass.
Well, I heard him say they start out good.
He's a Cowboys fan.
No,
he's being biased. I think he's being biased right now. It shouldn't matter if you got family or not. Cowboys fans. Truth, and the truth of the matter is, the Cowboys suck ass. I mean,
so are we scratching America's team off of that?
They have not been America's team since I was a child. And I've not been a child for 30 years. Middle school football team. Look.
They can win a middle school championship, I'm sure.
They probably cannot do that either. Prescott was somehow in one season.
So is Prescott overpaid?
Yes. I'm gonna tell you. The only good person on the Cowboys is CD Lamb. He needs to leave.
CD Lamb.
CD Lamb.
Oh, the drop he had. Oh,
he's the best player they got. He dropped passes because Prescott. He hates seeing Prescott's face.
Well, I think. Well, okay, CD Lamb. I think Pickens is the best, but Pickens is not headstrong. He's got something wrong upstairs.
Yeah,
But talent wise, Pickens. That's better. Okay, CD Lamb runs a better route.
Yeah,
Pickens.
But Pickens can run routes too. I think he chooses not to.
I don't know.
Because in college, and I know NFL is different from college, but in college, Pickens was doing routes really, really well.
Well, you got different defenses in the NFL, and he does find ways to get to the ball. But I really think that Pickens was the number one. Because when Lamb got hurt, Pickens had the game to his life.
Yeah, I don't see. I
heard rumors Buffalo was a possible landing spot.
Buffalo is one of those teams that they can get you to the playoffs, but they will not get you to a Super Bowl.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
I mean, they had 4 years back to back where they lost in the Super Bowl.
Well, do we think things will change now that the coach is gone? I mean,
no. I think they should have kept McDermott. I think now it's chemistry again. So again, when you don't have that chemistry or when you lose chemistry, no, I don't see that happening. They should have kept McDermott.
So what are you saying it'll just be 2026 that they won't gel, or 2026 and 27?
I would say the first half of 2020. The first half of new season.
So do you let? I don't know. I don't feel like they're.
And then that's what I'm
out, but I don't feel like they're threat either.
And that's what I'm worried about. Can I put it? He's terrible. He's bringing in coaches he coached with in Green Bay and didn't win squat. He should start fresh.
He won a Super Bowl, didn't he?
Not in 2018. That was it. He didn't win one in 2018.
I think it was 2016.
Same difference. Tomato. I don't pay attention to Green Bay. I just know that he's bringing coaches that he had from 2018 when he was in Green Bay, and it's terrible because they didn't work out in Dallas. They're not going to work out now in Pittsburgh. You have to start somewhere fresh. You're
3 coaches from Green Bay.
And it's terrible. It is terrible.
The coaching staff is going to consist of 12 or 13 coaches.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, when you bring 3 guys.
Well, some of the coaching moves I think that they made, they were good change. I'm really glad to see that of the 14 coaches we had, they kept 3, and they were good choices to keep. But the D-line, I thought the special teams, Danny Smith, I thought he was a good special teams coach. I think he went to Detroit or something like that.
Something like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm glad that Arthur Smith ain't coming back.
Yeah. Now is he? Oh my!
as an offensive coordinator.
Well, truth be told, even now, I know they have they disappointed in OC, but everybody knows McCarthy is going to be calling plays.
Oh, absolutely. And he did that. He did it in Dallas, and it didn't work out. Maybe it was with Dallas. Maybe that's why. But he has to show me, to shut me up. He has to show me that he
didn't do bad in Dallas. I mean, I think as the pressure built from Jerry Jones, he kind of tucked his tail between his legs, man, and he didn't have a backbone about anything. I think he lost the locker room.
Yeah.
With that being said, so it just didn't feel like Dallas had enough, I guess, testosterone. It just seemed like they weren't into playing ball.
I mean, that could be the case. I just know Mike McCarthy. I think Pittsburgh they had better options, better and they chose Mike McCarthy job. But until he proves me wrong, I don't think he's the right fit.
And you think about it, he'll have control of the team. Right? So you're giving him something he didn't have for 3 years in Dallas?
Yeah, but he had a
good team. So
if you look at his stats, Mike Tomlin's stats is better than his stats.
Well, yeah, 19 years.
McCarthy had the same close to it in Green Bay.
I don't think he was there for 19 years.
I'm about to look right now.
I just think,
I honestly, I think it's overall, though, but still.
Well, the Tomlin thing is that he came into a team coached powerless. I mean, he had everything, right? He had defense, he had a franchise quarterback, he had running back, he had good wide receivers, right? And that's just something that when you walk into something where everything is already set up for you, that team basically runs itself.
So he had 12 years with the Green Bay. So it's overall record is better than Mike McCarthy. And Mike McCarthy he was in the league longer, and he won Super Bowl as a head coach.
Well, I mean, you pretty much get the same thing, except McCarthy is older than Tomlin, but you can only go just like McDermott, right? The championship appearances fail, right? In the playoff game, right? That can only take you so far. Now it's different with Jimmy Johnson because Jimmy Johnson was coming off. Jimmy Johnson was but when you talk about two coaches that are, you're looking at stats, they're not the same, but I think sometimes it's time for a change, right?
Yeah, but you don't want to bring, when you want to change,
who was that coach?
When you bring
coach that Minnesota had that was a tight end in the NFL?
Mike Tice.
Right. Didn't you think it was time for a change?
When Mike Tice was gone, I was like 12.
Okay. But he was there, and when he left, I remember you saying you were glad.
I was.
That he was gone.
he wasn't the he wasn't a like. Look, let me tell you. Okay, so he had a lot of talent, couldn't do nothing with it. He had, I think, 2 good years. Dennis Green, he had a couple of good years. Coach that we had for my time, best coach we had was Mike Zimmerman at first. Defensive mind coach, they was always just not a good talent. They didn't give him a good talent.
How many years are you going to give McCarthy to get this team right?
I like Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell, he's very, very lovable guy in Minnesota.
Yeah, O'Connell. I don't know why I was saying McCarthy. Yeah, O'Connell.
So I would look.
He's a clear.
I wasn't said no. Say give Kevin O'Connell.
How did that work out?
It didn't work out at all, as we can see. Kevin O'Connell, I would say, I don't care about him not winning a Super Bowl, but just get us to the playoffs, and I'd be okay with it.
So, do you think that you can get to the playoffs with what you have currently?
And if 9-8, 8-9, something like that, so he's a couple of games back from making the playoffs. But yeah, absolutely, I think we have what we have to make the playoffs.
But you want to win a playoff game.
Oh, absolutely, hands down.
Getting there, okay, but disappointment, at least win.
And hear me out, because we're going to be a wild. If we would have went, it would have been a wild card team, right? I knew for a fact we wasn't beating Seattle.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you on that front because you guys retain Flores.
Absolutely.
Right.
Now, granted, we are
supposed to be.
Absolutely. I'm glad, and you know what? I told you from the get-go. I'm glad. I'm happy that we kept him, but also I wanted him to succeed, right? But I want to see him succeed as the head coach because I think he has that in him. He has that fire. But
so 2027, you think he's going?
Yeah, I think he's going to be gone.
Okay, so the defense is going.
Again, it's going to be top. I'm going to say top 15. I'm not going to say top 10 because you got to look at the bright side. You have these Texans still. You have the Pittsburgh Steelers. You have the Jacksonville Jaguars, who's coming on strong. That's in Seattle. I said that, but what I see is that the Rams are still keeping everybody on defense as right now. Seattle Seahawks is keeping everybody on defense for right now. Houston Texans, so that's 3 teams that was in top 5. And then you got to look down at Pittsburgh Steelers. They was in the top 10 as well. They're keeping everybody on.
So on the Minnesota Vikings defense, what was the weakest link in that defense? Was it stopping the run? Was it the edge rushers?
No, because
the corners?
I'm gonna say DBs because our DBs will let passes get passes get past them. Our edge rushers was good. They contained. Our linebackers contained the run, right?
Good instinct. He's got good instinct.
He does. He does. Dallas Turner, another man. That guy is phenomenal. Young guy. I'm glad we got him. The list could go on with the backs, but it's our defensive backs.
Okay, so and quarterback. So those two,
and maybe a running back because Aaron Jones might be gone because of the money situation.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I mean, you got to think we got to open up cap space, right? Aaron Jones taking up a cap. He's taking up some cap. Jordan Hargrove, Hargrove's taking up some cap. Kelly's taking up some cap. I mean, we're going to miss some key pieces. Draft one.
So let me ask you this, and I want you, from what you saw this year, give me the names of teams that will, and be brutally honest, make the playoffs for the upcoming season.
As much as I hate to say this, I feel like if Dallas keeps George Pickens, they will be a playoff contender. I hate to say it. Of the Giants. Seattle's gonna be there, of course.
Absolutely. So you don't give New England that?
Well, when I look at the AFC, the AFC to me, and here's a mind blowing. A lot of injuries, right?
So you want to break it down conference wise, right? Okay.
Well,
so
the
AFC first.
Well, the NFC, I gave you a few. Now, when it's Washington and Seattle, I think will be the only ones that's going to be a threat. That's if Dallas keeps picking. Now, when you go to the AFC had a lot of injuries. Do what?
Not Philly?
No. I think Philly's done. They got they have a lot of issues over there with AJ Brown. They got to fix that. They got to fix that mess. It's that mess. It's a whole camp is done. Because hear me out. Again, if Dallas can keep Pickens.
So, do you think the Commanders are hit a brick wall?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I didn't say Washington because Washington right now is missing some pieces too. There's also rumors that Deebo Samuel is not signing back with Washington, and that's going to be a key receiver that they need.
Francisco?
San Fran's going to be there. So they will. San Fran will be there, but San Fran will be a wild card team. They want to defend that championship, so they're a threat.
Okay, so Stafford's coming back.
That doesn't matter because again, Seattle's going to be a threat.
But will the Rams make the play?
No, they barely made it this past year. No, they won't make it. They will not make it.
49ers.
The 49ers will, and the reason why the Rams won't is because, again, you got to think about Dallas. You got to think about the Giants. You got to think about Green Bay. The Lions is done. I think the Bears was a fluke. I think they're done. You got to think.
No Lions.
No Lions. I think the Lions, their dynasty's over with. Done. I'm not saying rebuild, but as of right now, with Jared Goff being at the quarterback, they're done.
So you don't like Jared Goff anymore? He's why?
Yeah, absolutely. You have all this talent around you. It doesn't matter about. Hear me out. I know there was some injuries that happened this year. I know Brand, but again, I think Jared Goff isn't the captain. He isn't the leader because if he was a leader or a captain, he would say, "Hey, let's go out to get this game. He's got to win, guys. We need this. Instead, he's sitting down with the stump in his mouth.
All of it when Brad heard that defense took some big injuries.
They did, but the defense can stop some things. But when your defense stops things, you can't score. When you're throwing 5 interceptions, that says something. That says something. That's not the defense's fault. That's your fault.
But didn't he throw 5 and win the game too?
He did. But when you throw 5 and lose, that says something though. And you have good receiving core.
Well, that defense was intact when he did that too.
That's true.
Okay, so your AFC pick of the playoffs. I'm not saying going deep. Just making the play.
I'm gonna give you 5 teams, and these 5 teams I'm gonna tell you is gonna be the honest truth. And your Pittsburgh will be right there. Even though I don't like Mike McCarthy, Pittsburgh will be number 1, making the playoffs because of what they have. They have a lot of talent, a lot of great talent. Now y'all need a receiver 2. When you get a receiver 2, I think they will go push farther in depth in the playoffs. But for sure, they're playoff depth, right? Houston Texans, another playoff team. They've been in playoffs since C.J. Stroud's been there. I think they're going to be going there again. Denver Broncos, we've seen how good they are when healthy. If Bo Nix was healthy against New England, they would have beat New England. But Bo Nix was hurt. Bo Nix is the man. That's his team. Bo Nix will take Denver to the playoffs again. All right. The Buffalo Bills are going to be a team that's going to make the playoffs. And again, they will make the playoffs, but not go that far. And then the last but not least, man, I have to go with New England. I think New England will make the playoffs, but they won't go far.
So New England over.
Yeah, and the reason why I say the Chargers is it's time to move on from Justin Herbert. I like Justin Herbert, but he's been here for so long. It's time to move on.
Well, he can't stay healthy.
Exactly.
He can't stay healthy. I think he is a leader. And
it might be the system. You know, if he wasn't with that system, it could be different. But no, I mean, he's a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. He just, man, he's had his chance.
It could be the system. You're right. It could be the system.
Because
he got weapons, right?
Absolutely. And I'm not saying that they won't make the playoffs. I'm just giving you 5 teams for sure that should make the playoffs.
Okay. So, no Kansas City again.
No, Kansas City is done. I think it's time for them to rebuild. And I'm not saying, when I say rebuild, I mean rebuild from inside out. Maybe talk to Patrick Mahomes about taking a pay cut, or maybe ask him, hey, do you want to be traded? He's not old, but he's not young. He's in his early 30s. I think 30, he might be 30 as we speak. But it's time to rebuild.
You know, what shocked me is I didn't hear you say the Jags. And do you think the Jags were lucky this year? Or
I'm not going to say they was.
I mean, because after they got Jacoby Myers, they kind of, picked up. And
yeah, it's their defense, man. Their defense, just like Buffalo, suspect, but Josh Allen's way better than Trevor Lawrence. That's why I gave Buffalo that lead of being in the playoffs. Even when Travis Hunter went down, before Travis Hunter went down, they was doing okay. When he went down is when they start falling off.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I forgot about Travis Hunter guy.
So, well, the Jags has to come on strong. They can't come on and then finish strong. They gotta start strong and finish strong, because if not, they won't make it.
That's true.
So
that's well, you're right, and they're a roller coaster team.
I mean, if healthy, these teams that we're talking about should make the playoffs. If healthy, they should make the playoffs. Will they be a threat? I don't know. For anybody. Denver's going to be a threat for anybody. I would love to see Denver and Seattle in a Super Bowl next year. I would love it.
That would be a good matchup.
Now, and I say Denver, but there's rumors that Carlin Sutton might be gone from Denver. And if he's gone, I don't know who.
Oh my goodness!
I don't know who they can throw the ball to. So with him
Now,
being
do
there,
you
Denver
think that's a bad move, or I mean, I like
to
uh
to extent, I think it's a bad move, but I don't know their cap situation. Maybe they're doing it to break cap to sign somebody else, to keep somebody on that team. I don't know. I do know that he's a hell of a player. He's one of those guys that you don't want to go, but at the end of the day, a player can't stay on that team forever, right? Eventually, it's time to move on.
So, do you think this came down to a decision of saving cap space by letting him go and preserving the defense? So you want to keep
Absolutely.
the defense.
Absolutely. I think it's going to come down to the Broncos. Even though he played for, I think, Washington this past year, he wants to come back and play for Denver. So that's going to be less cap. You sign him for a vet cap % each time he's on the field.
Yeah, but his health, he's not going to. I mean, he will be effective.
And he don't have to start.
Wrong, but
you don't have to start. You put him. What you do is you put him in some packages to let him get some playing time, but don't play him the whole game. Maybe 20 to 30 snaps.
So are you putting him in second and third down situations?
Absolutely.
Or?
I would say second and long and third.
Okay, so yeah, he can put pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he lost his step, but he can still hit. And
run stopper. He's a good run stopper.
And it'll be a good vet to have on your team because he won a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So it's a good vet to have on your team to be that leader, to motivate, to give advice to the young guys.
Now he's been bounced around. What is he's 4 or 5 teams?
Absolutely.
And do you want to take a chance of bringing him?
I would
to play another year.
I would, because again, that motor runs right. He's gonna get that leadership. Again, like I said, he's been to Super Bowl. He's won. He's gonna get those young guys all the tools that he has and all the knowledge to make that team even better when he leaves.
Yeah, the motor runs, but when you talk about, it's Von Miller. We know what he did to Cam Newton's career.
He ended that shit.
Right.
And speaking of Cam Newton, you hear what he said? He said if he was playing for New England, they would have won a Super Bowl. Cam, sit your old tired butt down. I'm just saying what only
he did play with him. He didn't have the weapons.
Beat up, bent backwards, and broken in half by Von Miller.
So you made your pick for playoff run.
Absolutely.
Right. And everything after that is a toss-up.
It is.
Okay. Well, we've gone over what? 30 minutes?
Yeah, we went over 30 minutes. I do want to ask you a question before we got to air holder. I know with off season we don't really do nothing. I would like to have one show for the off season about free agency before signing happens or after signing happens. I really want to do it after the draft to talk about teams of how good they did in the draft and how good they are going to be during the season after their pickups.
Well, we can definitely do a post-draft show, and we can do a free agency show as well, because those two elements are impactful.
Right? Absolutely. and maybe do a video. I know we was talking about doing in video. You know, when season comes, why not start it in the off season and see how it's going to go?
Yeah, we could look into that. We could look into that definitely. And with that being said, we are going to shut it down. I'm going to let Mr. Hyde, and I want to thank also Little Morgan for coming onto the show and putting in his 2 cents, because we know the Morgans like to talk crap.
Absolutely. I like to thank Alexander for coming on and talking as well. Putting his input in and showing that he is 11, but he also knows how the game is supposed to be played as well. With that being said, guys, it's bittersweet because this is it until the off season. You guys won't hear my or Holder's voice for a little bit, but in that meantime, it gives us, a chance to listen to you guys. So please give us your input. So next time we do this for the off season, we'll know what you guys expect and what you guys want to know. With that being said, don't let 4th down get you.
And now that Morgan has been cut off from now until the off season is easy. So I'm going to thank all of our listeners, those that weren't consistent, in and out, what you wanted to hear. Thank you, Sal. So, same thing. Oh, man, let Morgan know that he's wrong. And I'm going to instead, I'm going to say stay penalty free, and we are getting out of here.
Before you say that, Alexander wants to chime in one more time. I'm not.
Where is it?
Right here.
So like I kind of want to do some college football. Like before y'all do stuff for NFL, I want to do some college football stuff.
Some college football. Do you realize, Little Morgan, that we are an NFL? Now, don't get me wrong. I also like, okay. So, with that being said, I mean, what we can do as far as college football, we can go more in depth with the draft. And if you want to be a part of that show, if you know your college football really well, then you can come on board.
Have a lovely night. Be safe.